Bandai Namco just dropped their latest title on Steam and on other respective platforms. The game is a 2D action platformer, and it's basically based off of an alternative and twisted universe of the legendary Pac-Man character. The way they marketed this game was absolutely insane, and probably one of my favorite marketing techniques that Bandai Namco pulled off. Anybody remember that show on Amazon Prime Video called Secret Level, where each episode is a story off of a game franchise that's either been released or just doesn't exist? Well, they first introduced this version of Pac-Man in one of the episodes called Pac-Man Circle, and the whole marketing was insane. They dropped an immediate trailer for Shadow Labyrinth the day after this episode released. Now that the game is finally here, I decided to try it out myself, as I am not only a huge fan of Pac-Man and the franchise itself, but I am also a huge Metroidvania 2D platformer type of guy. There are a few things that I really love about the game so far, and also a few that are definitely underwhelming and piss me off. First of all, I got to give it to the visuals of the game. It's fucking beautiful, and they did a damn good job on that. The gameplay mechanics are super simple, and it cannot get that confusing, guys. The game introduces you the core of its mechanics in the beginning of the game, so you really don't have to worry about learning that on your own without guidance. Trying to figure out the map layouts and where to go, I feel the design could have been done better, because the map does tend to get really confusing at times, and it can definitely be underwhelming and cause brain rot. But I guess the whole point of its designs is to have you explore literally every inch of possible locations there is. So just look around. Even if you get lost, you will find a way no matter what, I promise. The enemies are pretty cool. I feel in the early game, you don't really run into anything new between the mobs or whatever you'd like to call them, but running into new and more challenging enemies is a lot of fun. Now the boss fights. I have fought about 4 to 5 bosses so far in this game, and I can say each one you go through, it tends to get more and more challenging, and I can admit to say very irritating. The problem I have the most with this is that there are almost 0 save points, guys. At least for how much I have played, there's like maybe 1 save point per 3 locations, and I'm not even over exaggerating. It can get super annoying, especially when you have to run into bosses and die repeatedly, only to spawn at the last save point that you found centuries ago, and then you have to run all the way back to the boss just to get shit on immediately again. I can say the game is pretty good. It may seem bland at times and just silent, but as you progress, it tends to get better. And many people may disagree about this, which I'd understand, especially if you are fans of the Metroid Fusion games and stuff, so yeah. Other than that, I have been having a lot of fun. Go ahead and pick it up. It's only 30 bucks, and it definitely has a lot of content, so I'm sure you'd enjoy the game. Feel free to leave some comments for me on what you think about Shadow Labyrinth, and follow your boy for more future reviews like the one you just watched. I appreciate the support, guys, always, and I'll see y'all in the next review.